Hi, how you all doing? So here's a question I thought we could go over. It comes from Arithmetic Series, right? So I'll read it out to you. So Adriana repays a loan over a period of n months. Her monthly payments form an arithmetic sequence. So she repays £149 in the first month, £147 in the second month, £145 in the third month, and so on. So you can get the terms of the sequence that way. She makes her final repayment in the nth month. N is greater than 21. What that means is they're telling us that it takes more than 21 months to repay the whole loan. Okay. Final amount Adriana repays in the 21st month. Okay. So what I'd recommend is you just use this for the nth term. Just bear in mind the first term is 149, second term 147, third term 145. So you've got an arithmetic sequence there. It's decreasing by 2 in each term. So you've got A is 149, the first term. You've got N is the 21st month, number 21. And you've got D, the common difference is -2. Don't forget negative because it's decreasing each time. Okay, so 149 plus 21 minus 1, which is 20, times -2. And that gives you 109. Just bear in mind the context of the question, that is, she pays £109. How much does she repay in the 21st month? £109. So that's the first bit. Second part, over the n months, she pays a total of £5,000. Makes sense. So someone takes out a loan, £5,000, repays it over a certain amount of time, and you've got to find out how much time that is. Okay. So form an equation, show your equation could be written as this. So this is a summation now. So what you'll need is the summation formula, half n, 2a plus n minus 1d, and then just fill in the a, which we know already from previously, and the d. N, we don't know what that is. We've got to figure that out, okay? But we do know the total sum is £5,000. So we can just set the equation, half n, 2 times 149, n minus 1 times -2 equals 5,000. Like I said, the only thing we don't know is what the value of n is. And it should be the case, you simplify that to get this. I'll just show you the steps. I normally multiply both sides by 2, just to avoid fractions. Now you don't have to. So if I multiply both sides by 2, I get 10,000 here. Simplify the brackets, I get 198 minus 2n plus 2, which is 200 minus 2n. Expand the brackets. I normally prefer to have a quadratic where the square term is positive. You've got to get to that anyway. So I put all the terms to one side to make it positive, keeping that 2n squared there, minus 200n plus 10,000, divided by 2, and then you get this. A little as required there because that's showing that I've answered the question. That's that. Next bit. Solve the equation. That makes sense because you want to work out what n is. Remember, n is the number of payments that she's got to make, how many months she's got to do this for. So solve that equation. That will factorise n minus 50, n minus 100, and you get 2 possible answers there, 50 or 100. And the next question is, which one are you going to go for? So just bear in mind that this is a repayment system. Okay, what we're saying is that after the 50th month, it's completely paid off. It's done. So the 100 then is meaningless. So straight away you can just say, well, n is not a sensible number. So n equals 100 is not a sensible number. Since the loan is paid off after 50 months. Alternatively, you could think about what's actually happening after those 50 months. Let me show you a graph which makes sense of it all. This is the graph of that quadratic equation, n minus 50, n minus 100. Okay, so you can see the roots here, 50, 100. Basically, she starts off with £5,000, and then after all the months, the amount still due, the amount she still owes, is decreasing because she's paid it off. But then it gets to a point when she's paid it off completely. There, that's it. You stop. You don't do any more repayments. So why is the number 100 featuring? It's because you've got a quadratic and actually goes below the axis and above again, and it crosses that 100 here. What's going on? Well, if you continue to repay this, Adriana's got to keep on paying money, but eventually she'll start paying negative money as well, which doesn't really make sense. But what's going to happen is she's going to continue to pay more than she needs, but then because she's then paying negative money, almost as if someone's given it back to her, she'll actually get back to this 0. Okay, so that's another reason why it doesn't actually make sense. So you'll notice here I put in the 100th term is actually negative. You can work that out using a plus n minus 1d, but there does come a point when they start making negative repayments, which doesn't make sense. Okay? So overall the answer is 100 is not sensible, 50 is the sensible value. I'm hoping you got something out of that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.